Originally, this video was going to be about the SteelSeries Stratus Duo, but sadly that controller was dead on arrival. So thankfully, Nyxi is here to save the day by sending me this controller. Now disclaimer, Nyxi didn't sponsor this video, but they did send me this controller to review. Now taking a look at the box, I can already say that they completely crushed Binbok, which is pretty easy because Binbok used a very basic looking box. And then the color on the box is black, but if I remember correctly in my email, I requested the clear, so let's see what I actually get when I open this up. And just real quick, it is wireless, dual vibration, 6-axis gyroscope, and wired. Basically has every feature of a normal Joy-Con minus the NFC reader, which I don't even use that anyways. And then in the box, looks like we're gonna get 2 joypad for Switch, 1 frame, a USB charging cable, and a user manual. On the grip, it actually says Nyxi and has their little logo right there, so impressive. USB-C cable, let's see how long this is, which granted, you would just use it for charging, you wouldn't actually use this for playing. Okay, that's a pretty good length. That's a pretty good length USB-C cable right there, so I'll give them props for that. Let's take a look at the Joy-Cons. Ooh, nice. They did send them in clear. Okay, good. That's a relief. That makes me really happy. I was worried that they were gonna send them to me in black. Very, very clean. I love the way that looks. Okay, that's pretty sexy. That honestly makes me wish that I would have got my Binbox in clear because that looks really, really good. D-pad feels okay. D-pad feels less clicky on up than it does on the other directions. Joysticks feel good though. The joysticks feel really good. Other buttons, oh. Saw a little bit of RGB. Oh, we got the RGB, baby. This one's not winning the lineup. There it goes. We got some RGB right there. See, hopefully that shows up well right here. Face buttons also, the face buttons have a good press to them. They're not as clicky as the Binbox. They don't feel bad though. They're just not quite as clicky. Shoulders feel more like just a traditional controller, I would say. They're not really clicky, but they're not mushy either. They feel decent. These are very clicky. And then it also has the mode and turbo buttons on the back, so you can actually set turbo functions. Now I'm assuming the mode will be to actually set different custom buttons, or you can also probably use that as a custom button as well. Let's go ahead and get this set up on the Switch. I want to see exactly how it feels, see if I like it in game or not, see what kind of games it feels best with, and then we'll wrap up this first impressions. I want to start off with handheld and see how they perform and feel there, since I think that's really what these are mostly driven toward for people to actually use in handheld. So let's go ahead and pop these on the Switch. Now one thing I will say already is I do love how big and chunky they are. These grips on the back are very nice. Let's get them on the Switch and see how they feel here. Little bit of play right there. Not a ton, but just a tiny bit of play, which was also the same case with the Binbox. So maybe there's just something about aftermarket Joy-Cons on the left side that just don't fit right. And then, ooh, okay. Now the right is very tight. I made a rhyme right there. The right is very tight. The right is very tight. Now the only thing I will say, there's a notch on the back right here. There's a bit of a lip where these actually extend past the Nintendo Switch. The Binbok Slims don't do that, but I've heard that the original Binbox do. It might just be like that to make it a little more sturdy, to keep it from flexing so much. I don't really know, but some people may not like that. I don't mind it too much. I want to see if it actually fits in the dock or not like that, though. Quick update. I almost forgot to show you this. They will indeed fit in the dock while they're on the Switch, just like that. Now, there is a bit of dead zone in the joystick. I'm already telling you here in the menu. Watch this, like, see how long it takes before it actually registers. As far as grips go, like I said, this feels really good. I mean, this is really filling out my hands. I guess this would be pretty close to what the Hori Joypad feels like. So not bad. I actually kind of like it a little bit more than the Binbok Slims. Joysticks had me a little worried, but other than that, like, it does feel like it's really good quality. I know that there are the dead zones there. They're not affecting me much, at least in Mario Kart. Like, I'm not really feeling them much. And really on my Nintendo Switch, I don't play anything like actually competitive, so I don't think it's really ever going to affect me. I would like to see if there's a way to adjust that any or not. The triggers, though, I will say the left trigger and the right trigger, I do like the placement a lot. It actually feels pretty good to me. Like, it's a really good feeling trigger. Of course, where it gets your hand placement at and everything, it feels really good. The bumpers, I didn't have to use them for Mario Kart, but they feel really good. Joysticks feel really good, especially because they're larger joysticks than what are on the Binbox, which I highly appreciate that. Now it's time for the ultimate test. We have the Switch on the dock. We got these in controller mode. Let's test them out first with some Smash Brothers. Then we're going to try some Mario Galaxy so we can test out the motion controls, see how they feel. This will be a really good test for the joysticks, as well as just overall lag, like there's any input lag or anything like that. Oh man, I haven't played in a little bit. Okay. So that felt pretty good. The only thing is on the rumble, I do think it's HD rumble, at least judging by the pads that are in there. It looks like it would be an HD rumble. It's not as aggressive as like the Binboks are. Maybe even a little more toned down than the actual Switch controllers and stuff. It feels pretty good, but not bad. Control-wise, buttons feel really good. It's a really good grip. I mean, this feels like a real controller when you actually have it on the grip. Like, it just completely fills my hands. As a standard controller, these seem to work fine. Now, the biggest breaking point that could be for any third-party controller on the Switch that claims to have motion controls is how good do the motion controls actually work. So, Mario Galaxy is a fantastic game to test that out in. Let's give it a whirl. Ooh, okay. So that's pretty slow response time. Like for fast movements, it's like motion control wise, it may not be the best. We'll see. Let's get into a world real quick. See how like it takes like almost like a half a second for it to catch up. Like to where I'm actually wiggling my hand around that. Like, that control right there was actually pretty smooth. Like, that wasn't too bad at all. Okay, so the Nyxi Joycon Grip, or I'm guessing that's what they call it, or maybe the Joypad as well. I have no idea. But first impressions, honestly, pretty good. Now, obviously, there are a couple of things like the motion controls, not quite as good as Binbok's. Grip and feel is fantastic. I mean, this is a beefy little guy right here. I mean, look how big this guy is. This is as big as a standard controller, which is pretty awesome. Joysticks feel fantastic. Now, I know you guys are probably going to ask about joystick drift, if I think that's going to be an issue with this. Honestly, don't know. I don't know what kind of joysticks they actually used in here, so it's possible that they could experience drift later on. I'll do some more research when I do the full review of this video, but all in all, I'm very excited to test this out and use it a little bit more. Now, the only thing I will say is when you're using this actual grip right here, it may have just been on my unit, but the left side slides on just fine, but the right side is very tight. Like, even just to get it off of there, God bless. Like, it's really, really snug. Anyways, guys, that's my first impressions. Not too bad. Like I said, in a few weeks, we'll do a full review when I've actually had times to get some real hands-on with these and see how they're holding up, see what I like, what I dislike about them. As always, I will have links down below if you want to check them out for yourself. And once again, just a big thank you to Nyxi for sending these over so I could do this review. It is very helpful when I don't have to purchase these things out of pocket to review them. And thank you guys for checking this video out. Take care. Peace.